Hello, Hola, Konnichiwa, Salaam, Ciao Namaste. Peace to all. This is Soulology, the science of the soul. And what we will be discussing for today is about the discussion of the soul. Part 2. We are all connected. What do I mean by we are all connected? Do I mean physically? Maybe a little. Do I mean mentally? Yeah. Do I mean spiritually? Yeah. Do I mean from the soul? Absolutely. We are connected, and yet we do not know this. We believe we're not connected because of what we do not know of self. So we will dawdle around believing that due to the color of how you look or the way you act in a sense or behave, you are separate from me. No one, though, however, is separate from anyone at all. We're all the same. So then the question is, how is that possible? Let's first start off with the mind. We will start off with this for a simple reason. And I will give it to you in a sense of an analogy of something, or example better yet, that will help. Probably will be an analogy one way or another. Imagine yourself as electricity. Now think of your brain. Each part of your brain has nerves that connect to each other. For example, if I do this before I even do it, it tells me that something is happening, and as soon as I do it, it projects that energy, shocks it to the brain to explain that something hurts when you pinch. You can feel it. It is an electric wave, a nerve that goes from that part of your arm to your mind, telling you, or to your brain, telling you that something hurts. The reason why I said think of yourself as electricity, because that is what wires, in a sense, through your mind. A nerve shock that goes through the entire structure of your body just to get to your mind. And you all are nerves. Now you might be asking yourself, how is this possible? You see, you have the capacity to make things better in the world you have created, or make things worse. And it's all due to what you feel, what you think. When you listen to your feelings, you will know about self. You are capable of literally changing the world, because this was done in a meeting, for example, of people who had actually meditated in a group and used positive energy. And that positive energy had to help change certain events or certain situations that were going on. But once it stopped, things kept rotating as they were. You can literally change the world with this. You see, one of the things you can do is you can make people feel a certain way when you feel a certain way. If you desire to change the world and you choose that there are people out there that will change the world with you, you will literally find those people and they will connect, or as you would say, gravitate to you. Manifestation can work in the same way if you practice this enough. Some people will instantly catch up on this. Others, of course, it takes time. And that is okay. It is simply a nerve, though. If you focus your energy on what you desire, it shall be. If you focus your energy on something you don't desire, it shall be. And it all depends on what you say and think in your mind and what you give thoughts to. If you give second thoughts to things that are negatively affecting you, they shall constantly affect you anyways and will leave you perplexed wondering, why is this affecting me? You have to not be willing to give things a second thought. And when you get past them, you'll be better off than you are now. Because you are now choosing not to put yourself in that situation. And of course, again, as I say, for some people that might take some time, because there might be certain situations you're going through that you feel are so connected to you that you think about it because of the fact of how things go. For some people, that could be being with family, but that you could have a difficult time with them. It could be something maybe negatively that they do, harmful that they do to you, that make you feel as though you're trapped. But you have to realize that you can make choices to move and create what you desire. It's all a choice. Choose what you desire and create what you desire. And realize no matter how dark it may be, in a sense, even a rose in the darkness is still growing. Even with its thorns very sharp, it's still growing. But the other part of how you are connected is through your soul. So let's elaborate on this a bit. Your soul is who you truly are, in a sense. Now, how can that be? Think of yourself as being in a car. The car cannot work until you start it. Your body cannot work until your soul starts the body. So, for example, when you sleep, you are, in a sense, immobile. You can't move, you can't do anything, you don't do anything. Because the soul has literally left. Some would say this is you dying, in a sense, as you go to sleep. However, I would put it more in a sense that you literally leave the body. However, you keep your energy, of course, of the soul there. Hence why you're still breathing. Because you have to remember that the soul is not just one thing connected to you. It is infinite. So it is capable, like an amoeba, of splitting itself from you, but still being away from you. Keeping the body intact while still having time to itself. And the reason, of course, it does that is because the soul can be tired of you. It is very difficult, very weighing on the body to do constant things in life, whether it's working, whether it's getting to your goals, whether it's trying new experiences in life, whatever it is, whether it's arguing, whether it's laughing, whether it's smiling, whether it's going on adventures. After a while, it does get tired. And that doesn't mean anything good or bad. It's not here nor there. It is simply the fact that your body gets tired and it needs rest. So, it is not you that is really falling asleep. It is the soul that is shutting down the systems in the body to rest. Now, how is the soul connected to all this? You are energy, and energy is literally everywhere. I've stated this before in a few statements, that what you see in the universe you can find in your moon. What you see in your moon can be found in your tree, and what you find in your tree can be found in you. It is all connected one way or another. Whether you physically see it, which was that example, or you see what you would say is the spiritual but can also be proven as energy. That energy is infinite. Like atoms. Atoms are everywhere, moving everywhere. They're literally in the air included. You are connected to those atoms. You are connected to every mineral that makes you you. Without these minerals, you wouldn't be who you are today. No matter what color of your skin is, you are literally all the same thing. What you are demonstrating, however, and the reason why you may feel you are not the same thing, is because you have forgotten that you are not. And you again are playing a memory game of believing if you are real or not, in a sense. Or if, in a sense, if this is true, or if it's just simply a lie you feel when it's completely a part of who you are. But of course, the choice is yours on how to take that and believe that. That you are all connected to one another. Now the question is, how to be and know you're connected to each other? To be connected means simply to look and first observe everyone with open eyes and open arms. Do not judge a person, for you don't know them. No matter what behavior or what you have seen in your past, you do not know people. And that is a very true statement, for the fact that none of us, including myself, knows anyone. And you have to be willing to observe people to understand them. Get it? Understand who they are through observation. When you are willing to understand a person, you are now perfecting what it takes to see them for who they are. Being fair to that person. When you are being fair to someone, you see who they are. You give them the same chance as anyone else to be who they are, but at the same time, I would say always look to working on self. If that person causes harm to you, remember what works and what doesn't work for you. In any sense, does it work for you? And by the way, if you guys have any questions, or if there's anything that you feel you don't understand, please leave it in the comments below, because I do want to make sure that things are detailed and I can answer any questions that you guys have in this discussion, or any discussion that I have for that matter, so I can go into detail if something is not understood correctly, to help you to get to where you say you desire to go. Last, being unconditionally loving. Excuse me. Being unconditionally loving is vitally important because of the fact that you are showing something that most of us as humans do not show. We show unconditional love with conditions, as I've mentioned before. But we do not show true unconditional love. No malice, no hate, no judgment, no rudeness or care of any, no rudeness of any kind, but being kind and generous and peaceful to that person to show them who they are. And by that, you'll know we are one. In conclusion, this discussion is about the connection of who we are. And through your mind, just like a nerve, you can literally connect each other to create moments in life, experiences that you truly desire. If you give something a second thought, it will create what you may perhaps not desire. But if you don't, you will go forward in growing yourself. The soul is connected to everything, and all of you are connected. And once you see that, you will understand on a deeper level that everyone is you. How do we be and know to connect with people? How can we make this happen? By being this through your understanding, your fairness, and unconditional love, you will see people for who they are and not what you've been told people are. And being fair to realize that they too are you in their own beauty, their own amazement, their own kindness, their own care, their own divinity, their own magnificence of who they are as the gods, the goddesses, and the creators within. So, we're going to end it here, but to everybody out there, I just want you to have a good morning, a great afternoon, and a fantastic evening. To everybody, peace and namaste.